And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Solano softball field, where we have the visiting San Jose City College Jaguars taking on your Solano Falcons in exciting softball action. My name is Brian Nelson. Joining with me in the booth today is starting catcher for the Solano baseball team, Jared Denning, and Soad Balazi. Jared, what is some of your expectations coming into today's matchup?
Expect both teams coming out to hit, and hopefully a lot of runs are scored on the board.
Yeah, in the first two games that these two have contested, 32 combined runs between the two teams. Very high offensive outputs for both teams. Now, Soad, is there anybody in particular that you're looking out for in this matchup?
Yeah, I have my eye on Elena Selden, excuse me. She's hitting 464. She has 33 RBIs, which leads her team and Bay Valley. The next person has 19, so she leads by a significant amount of numbers. And Brianna Schultman, who's pitching today, she has a 2.99 ERA, which leads Bay Valley, and she has 6 wins, which also leads Bay Valley.
Yeah, Solon definitely the great offensive output for the Solano Falcons. This is the first of a double header here today, and I have the starters for the San Jose Jaguars. Leading off will be Keelan Spencer at shortstop. Lily Resendez in center field will be batting second. Natasha Sachdeva at catcher will be batting third. Stephanie Troja, the designated player, will be batting cleanup. Maddie Carlson at third base will be batting fifth. Rosie Quesada at first base batting sixth. Mia Nowak in right field batting seventh. Amber Human at second base batting eighth. And Haley Landrum, the left fielder, rounding out the starting lineup. Now here is your lineup for your Solano Falcons.
Santiago Ortega, second base, St. Mary's High School. Didn't see you there. Molly Schnur, center field, Napa High School.
Elena Selden, catcher, Rodriguez High School.
Lexi Babrica, third base, Vintage High School.
1 second. Courtney McGraw, left field, Vacaville High School. I'm back.
Brianna Schultman, pitcher, Benicia High School.
Taya Collier, shortstop, Willseywood High School.
Alyssa Castaneda, right field, Sheldon High School.
First base, Willseywood High School.
And we are back here at the softball field. Brianna Schlottman is going to get the start in game one of this doubleheader between these two teams. Like I mentioned, these two teams have played twice before on the season, with San Jose picking up a win early in the season in extra innings. They played 9 innings in that contest, with the Jaguars coming up on top 9-8. And then the second game, the Jaguars put up another 9 spot on the Falcons, winning 9-6. So it's a lot of offense for these two squads. So anticipate a really good offensive output for both of these teams. We talked about Elena Selden for the Falcons, but impressive numbers for the Jaguars side as well, with their designated player Stephanie Troja, who leads the team, who leads the conference, in home runs and RBIs.
Yeah, she has 8 home runs, and she's slugging .717, which is by far the biggest number when you look at Bay Valley. So I feel like the biggest key for Solano is to get her out and keep her bat quiet at least.
Yeah, just a small correction. They're in the coastal south region. Unfortunately for the Bay Valley Conference in softball, only 3 teams, because of some cutbacks and some moves. DVC moved over to the Big 8 conference. So only 3 teams in conference play for the Falcons, including the Falcons themselves. So they have to play a lot of non-conference schedules. And Jared, I would like to get your insight. This is the end of the season. Falcons softball is in that kind of playoff contention race. What do these sort of games mean to the players when everything is kind of coming to the end of the season?
I mean, once you see that you're going to make playoffs, it just means that you're one step closer. And it's what you've been working for all fall and all year. And
does it add any sort of pressure?
Maybe at times, like depending on certain situations. But it shouldn't, no. Just go out there and have fun.
Yeah, this team has a lot of fun. That's one thing that really stands out to me, is the good team chemistry that this team has. They have a lot of fun together, and I think that translates onto the field.
Yeah.
And especially a young squad as well. Today's sophomore night as well, only 3 sophomores on the squad. So having such an established team full of freshmen, it's got to be exciting to think about next year as well, to come back.
Jared, I have a question I've been meaning to ask you. Why do players, when you're playing, of course, baseball, why do they continue to run on you and your amazing arm?
Just trying to make me make the mistake. And sometimes I let it happen, but most of the time I try not to.
And you'll give us a lot of insight to Elena Selden. She's a starting catcher as well that it produces offensively and defensively, just as Jared Denning does in the baseball side of things. So we'll have Keelan Spencer lead things off. She's batting .366 on the year, .424 on base percentage, slugging .536. And she's the team leader in at-bats and hits. And a pretty cool name for a player, Prospect High School. As Brianna Schlottman in the circle getting set for the first pitch. One interesting thing I think about softball too is their follow-throughs on their warm-up swings. The bat actually hits their back.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting practice. Why doesn't baseball do that?
I think it hurts too much for
yeah.
us.
So first pitch from Schlottman. Inside corner in there for strike one.
Yeah, I expect Brianna to attack the zone today and get it early. That's usually what she does anyway.
Yeah, Schlottman, one of the two main starters, along with Montoya for the Falcons. As that 0-1 pitch low. Gives the count 1-1. Set the defense for the Falcons. Catching, we mentioned Elena Selden. At third base will be Alexi Vavrica, shortstop Taya Collier, Santiago Ortega at second, and Leah Kimball at first. As that one is lifted into shallow right, it's going to drop right in front of Castaneda for a leadoff single. And around out that starting defensive lineup for the Falcons, Molly Schnurr in center with Alyssa Castaneda in right and Courtney McGraw in left.
Number 4, Lily Resendez.
So San Jose gets their first base runner on for the game, and Lily Resendez is now in the batter's box. Interesting stat line of she's batting .370 and has a .370 on base percentage as well. So that one in there for strike one. So it's very rare that you see an batting average and an on base percentage exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because she has no walks on the year, not surprisingly. That one bunted to third base side. Vavrica looks to second, and
nice.
She gets her.
Yeah, that was a great heads-up play to get the lead runner instead of making what would have been the sure out at first.
Next up to the plate, number 3, Natasha.
So Resendez and Spencer
Sakiba.
trade spots over at first. What kind of communication does it take, Jared, on that sort of play where it's a bunt, so a lot of moving parts are happening on the infield?
Yeah, it just depends on how hard the bunt is. If it's hard enough like that last one, you're able to try to beat the runner, and in that situation they did. So that was a good heads-up play.
Yeah, and that's a very aggressive play as well, because if you don't get the runner at second, now you have two base runners on, nobody out.
Right.
But good throw from Vavrica over to Collier to get that first out. 1-0 count to the 3-hole hitter, Sachdeva. She fouls that one off, 1-1.
When it's bunted in front of you, would you rather take it yourself or would you rather have your pitcher do it?
I'd rather have myself do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that pitchers aren't athletes, but
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but...
Yeah, plus the momentum. A lot of times they're going away from any sort of base where you can step towards it, as that ball in the dirt.
That was a tough pitch to throw on.
So Resendez advances over to second base. Sachdeva, 2-1 count. Sachdeva on the year, batting .356 with a .388 on base percentage. She has 1 home run, 23 RBIs. 2-1 pitch. That one slapped up the middle. Resendez had a freeze over at second, so she'll stay put there. Strong throw from Schnurr over in center. Puts runners at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, that was a great throw to prevent the run from scoring, because I feel like she was on her horse and wanted to go for 4.
Yeah, I think Resendez had a freeze there in order to not get hit by the ball.
Yeah. The ball was hit pretty hard.
Yeah, and a good up-the-middle swing from Sachdeva, the catcher. So second hit given up by Schlottman here, and that brings up the dangerous Stephanie Troja. Gets a outside fastball for a strike, 0-1. So early on, the Jaguars offense is threatening here with the runner in scoring position with Lily Resendez. And we talked about Troja's offensive numbers leading the Coast South Conference in home runs and RBIs. She's also most likely going to be the second pitcher of this doubleheader. Right to Kimball for one. Throw over to home, not in time. That's going to bounce away. Sachdeva trying to take third, and she is going to get gunned down. Nice. So 1 run scores on that crazy chaotic play. I'm going to need some time to figure out the exact scoring on that play, but the San Jose Jaguars score 1 here in the top of the first, and we'll head to the bottom of the first with the Falcons due up with Santiago Ortega, Molly Schnurr, and Elena Selden.
Hi, I'm Santi, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network. Hi, my name is Molly Schnurr, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Elena Selden. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Back with the bottom of the first with the leadoff hitter Santiago Ortega playing second base here in this first game. She's going to be facing Maddie Gutierrez Urban, one of the 2 starting pitchers for the Jaguars. She sports an impressive 2.26 ERA as that first pitch is hit into the gap. That's going to get all the way to the warning track to the fence. Ortega is going to get in with a leadoff double on the first pitch.
Yeah, good job for her to attack the first pitch and be aggressive and get that leadoff double.
Next up to the plate.
Now, do you think, Jared, that she was planning to swing on that first pitch?
Yeah, she probably had the approach to, if it's close, I'm just going to put a good swing on it, and it looked like she did.
Yeah, she got something on the inside that she can handle, and a great start to the offense for the Falcons as Molly Schnurr, one of the sophomores here that was honored on sophomore night. That one's bunted right in front of the pitcher's mound, and that is going to be able to get Schnurr aboard. So that shows her speed. That's one of the factors for the Falcons offense. A lot of stolen bases for the squad. There's a lot of good, fast players, and that's sort of their team identity. Not a ton of home runs, and so you got to find ways to manufacture it, so speed definitely helps.
Yeah.
And so that brings up Elena Selden. We talked about her numbers, the team leader in RBIs, conference leader in RBIs as well, with 33 coming into today's game. 2 home runs tied with Lexi Vavrica for the team lead as that first pitch breaking ball was in there. And that throw over, Ortega takes advantage, aggressive on the base pass, looked like a little Kansas City Royals World Series.
I mean, if they're sleeping on the defense, why not be aggressive?
Yeah, immediately Ortega broke for home. And so we have a tie ball game, and the Falcons showing their aggression early. Should the Falcons win both of these games, the doubleheader puts them in great position for a home playoff game, as that next pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 to Selden.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, Selden is one of the stars for the Falcons. Like I said, she's hitting .464, so she's a great hitter.
She also plays shortstop a lot of times in the doubleheaders where she catches the first game and plays short the next, as that one is blooped into center, but Resendez is underneath it for out number 1. And not a lot of times that you want to catch a doubleheader. I think our broadcaster to our left can attest to that.
Yeah.
What's the longest you've ever caught a game, innings-wise?
18 innings.
Wow, so 2 full games. Oh. How'd you feel the next night?
I was very tired. I had to wake up and play the next day again. So.
And you were catching?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Do you ever want to be like, oh wait, can I DH please?
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Yeah, your freshman year, they didn't have, I don't think, an active backup catcher. I think Hunter Snyder was a red shirt, but like he would handle like warm-up tosses and stuff like that. But you're pretty much it that freshman year.
Yep.
So Gabe Caravantes, a little shout out to the backup catcher to spell you sometimes.
Big help.
That pitch outside puts it to 2-0 to Lexi Vabrica.
What's it been like, the transition from Coach Stover to Coach Salampa this season?
Just a different style of coaching. Stover's more of the, he's
Yell
going to
at
get
your
on you, and then Salampa is going to tell you what you did wrong, and then you're supposed to make the adjustments. So
that one popped to the left side, and shallow left, Haley Landrum is underneath it for out number 2. Actually, that is the 3rd and final out. So the Falcons will tie things up 1-1 here in the first inning with 1 inning down. We'll head to the top of the second with Maddie Carlson, Rosie Quesada, and Mia Nowak due up.
Hi, I'm Santi, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Molly Schnur, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network. Hi, I'm Elena Selden. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Back in the second inning, you can see the press box. Coach Robbie Rogers for the baseball team has joined us in here. Jared Denning, Soa Blasi, and myself, Brian Nelson, here calling this first of 2 games with the Falcons and the Jaguars of San Jose City College.
I just want to ask you, Coach, real quick, how does it feel getting replaced when you're coaching first and the other guy makes a play and you can't make the play? I just want to know.
You mean when I'm going to coach first?
Yeah, and you can't make the play. I just want to know your take on that.
I'm assuming you're referring to Vic Ferrante making that line drive shot at him. Yeah. I get it from the dugout pretty good. Not gonna lie, they decided to give me a nickname Big Cat because I was making some plays earlier in the year, and so it started becoming a joke. So they kept going every time I missed one. Oh, I'm falling in the national rankings or something.
I know your fielding percentage is going way down.
Yeah. Berto, I think, hit 3 right at me in one game, and the easiest one I completely missed on. So that kind of brought me down a little bit.
Do you ever want to take a glove out there?
No. I barely want to take the helmet they make us wear out there.
Oh, that's right, yeah. First pitch called strike. Excuse me, called ball. Now is a strike, so 1-1 the count here. Are you excited to see your guy over here doing a game?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to swing by, see how he was doing on it.
He's doing good so far. I mean, a little nervous, but it's okay. Ball popped up, but under it is Taya Collier, so 1 out.
Yeah, he tends to be on the shy side sometimes.
Next up to the plate, number 11, Rosie.
All right. Rosie Posada is now stepping up to the plate with 1 out.
It sounds so similar too, bro. I'm done with you.
Any thoughts so far, Jared, with the 1-1 early in the game for them to come back?
There's still a lot of ball game left, so.
You never want to get too comfortable?
Yeah, I always want to play until the last call is made.
It looks like more Solano baseball team are coming to support you, Jared.
Yeah.
As we see John Yancey's here.
Got fans here.
Pitch called strike.
Good pitch.
That was a great pitch. What's more frustrating for you, when you get crossed up or when you get a pass ball happens?
Crossed up.
Getting crossed up?
Yeah.
What do you do in that situation to kind of calm down your pitcher?
To just go out there and tell him not to do it again.
You say nicely though, right?
Huh?
You say it nicely, right?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Thanks for being honest.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta get the point through.
So 1-2 count to Quesada. 1 out. Schlottman, that rise ball misses high. Quesada batting .462 on the year, .517 on base percentage in only 26 at bats, so very limited action for Quesada. 2-2, 1 out, nobody on. That off-speed pitch swung on and missed. Schlottman was pumped on that one.
Just to go back what Jared said earlier, where there's a lot of games still to play, that's a really good mentality, because sometimes when you're up early, you get a little too comfortable and you make sloppy pitches, sloppy errors. So it's always good to have that mentality where it's like we're just in the second inning, especially when it's tied 1-1. It might as well be 0-0, fresh ball game.
Right.
Absolutely, and Mia Nowak, the right fielder, is in the batter's box. She looks at a pitch outside corner for a strike. Schlottman's done a really excellent job of pitching to both corners.
Yeah, I love seeing how aggressive she is on the mound over there. She's always just ready to throw.
Next pitch in there for a strike, too. One thing, too, that also jumps out is how loose she stays in between innings. Like, whenever there's music playing, you can see her dancing to it if she likes the song. So she talked about the fun aspect of it, Jared, that Jared was talking about earlier. 0-2. That one fouled off. Nowak stays alive.
Yeah, a player I noticed for the Falcon baseball team is Jordan Chana. When he goes back in the dugout, he's talking to everyone. He doesn't really sit by himself, and he wants to, be with everyone. So it kind of reminds me of him in that way.
And Jared would know better than anybody. How do your starting pitchers kind of differ from each other with their mentalities? With Chana, Natter, and Yancey?
Chana definitely talks a lot more than Teddy. Teddy's more of a just go in the dugout, just stick to himself. Everyone knows to just kind of just let him be and just let him focus on doing his own thing.
You don't want a mad Natter.
No.
The mad Natter. Oh, yeah, I definitely know that firsthand when I interviewed him. He did not want to be there.
Next pitch misses, so 2-2 count.
You think it's a little bit more pressure now that some more of your teammates are coming up here?
Nah, it's all right.
So Schlottman to Nowak, 2-2. That one chopped over to Collier. She's under it. Strong throw under the glove of Kimball. Nowak going to try to advance to second. Throw from Kimball in time, and she got her. So second time the San Jose Jaguars have been gunned down on the base paths to end an inning. And so not your conventional 1-2-3 inning, but a 1-2-3 inning nonetheless, as the Jaguars are held scoreless here in the top of the second. When we come back in the bottom, Courtney McGraw, Brianna Schlottman, and Taya Collier do up.
Hi, I'm Lexi Vavrica, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Courtney McGraw, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
to the plate.
Back here in the bottom of the second, Courtney McGraw will be facing Gutierrez Urban. Freshman out of Vacaville High School, McGraw stays behind that changeup well and hits it right back into center for a leadoff single. So again, swinging on the first pitch to lead off an inning. It seems like that's the strategy that Solano's using early on in this ball game.
Yeah, and just a little fun fact for the Falcons, in 8 categories in the Bay Valley Conference, they lead in 6 of them, which is very impressive and is a testament to the kind of players they are.
Yeah, a little qualifier, like I mentioned. Only 3 teams in the conference, so you're doing better than your 2 other teams, but at least you're doing better.
You're still doing better, exactly.
That bunt from Schlottman, again, right in front of catcher, goes over the head of the second baseman, Newman. So advancing over to third is McGraw.
That's what happens when you have some type of speed. You put pressure on the defense and you make errant throws like that.
And just perfect bunt placement from both Schnurr and Schlottman in their 2 respective at-bats. Because you could easily see this as a straight-up sacrifice situation, but because of the placement of the bunts and the pressure they put on the defense, the Jaguars not able to execute both times, and both times both runners have reached base, and so that's going to cause a meeting in the circle with the infield and the starting pitcher, Gutierrez Urban, probably discussing whether they would want to play for the double play or protect this run over at third base. Jared, what do you think in this situation? There's a runner at third. Do you play the infield in, try to get any sort of chopper and prevent her from scoring, or do you play for the double play?
Right now I play for the double play. It's still a second inning, so you have time to catch up later in the game, and then the double play would be big right here because instead of getting 1 out, you get 2.
And you avoid that crooked inning, because that's what you really want to avoid when you have such a two close teams battling against each other.
Yeah, and so far it feels like a pitcher's duel right now. So even if you let the run score, if you get 2 outs, it's gonna be better.
And so that brings up Taya Collier, the starting shortstop, into the batter's box with runners at the corners, nobody out. First pitch from Gutierrez Urban on the outside corner for strike 1.
Yep.
Everyone's just attacking Jared right now, left and right.
I mean, there's a show within the show, you know, some behind-the-scenes things. And that one on the outside, throw over to third, keeps McGraw close. 1-1.
You should have brought your catching gear.
And wear it in here.
It's a little hot for that.
Yeah.
It was a joke. You guys missed it because he's a catcher and they're throwing shade at him.
I didn't catch it.
I get it.
Is hit well to the outfield, over the wall for a 3-run shot. Taya Collier, she caught all of that one as that one lifted over to the left center field wall. Collier touches them all for her second home run on the year, a 3-run shot, and that crooked number cannot be avoided for the San Jose Jaguars as the Falcons lead now 4-1.
Yeah, that was just a great piece of hitting, and she was patient too. She didn't attack the first pitcher. She took her time and waited for her and her only pitch.
And so not a typical part of the Solano offense for softball. I believe only 5 home runs coming in from the entire squad all year long. And so to get a 3-run shot, that's huge in this ball game, as now the bases are empty for Jamie Batto, the designated player for the Falcons.
You know, you always want to win just to, of course, win, and especially when they're in the playoff push that they're in, but especially on sophomore night, they want to win for their sophomores who have been putting the effort in all season. So it's a great confidence booster.
Yeah, absolutely, especially going up, giving Schlottman 3 runs to work with as Batto looked at a first pitch strike on the outside corner. That one chopped to the third base side. Carlson underneath it. She throws out Battle for out number 1.
Next up to the plate, number 1.
So it brings up Alyssa Castaneda.
Ice Cube Castaneda.
And so Castaneda, the right fielder, She acts pretty much like a secondary leadoff hitter. She's really one of the few players who employs that slap technique in softball in the left-handed batter's box. And she looks at an outside pitch for strike one.
You know, it's always great to have a speedy, like you said, secondary leadoff hitter in the 9th position. We see it with Jared's team and the Falcons, where Roberto hits 9 or Isaiah Verrett hits 9, and then you also have like the leadoff hitter hitting first. So you have 2 leadoff hitters at the end of the day.
And that one is lifted into shallow left, but underneath it is Landrum for out number 2.
Jared, you're comfortable hitting 4 though, right? Hitting cleanup.
Yeah, I like it a lot more because Nate gets to see all the curveballs and stuff, and I'm starting to see more fastballs.
Yeah, and I noticed too. Well, not just me, but of course everyone in your numbers too. You have over 30 walks. Do you take that with you, and you proud of that?
Yeah, kind of. I guess. I mean, as long as I'm getting on base, and.
As the first pitch misses to Ortega. Yeah, you talk about like plate discipline. I gotta imagine if you're Castaneda and you're running towards the pitcher, having that plate awareness of what your strike zone is has to be very difficult. As Ortega lays down a bunt, not able to beat that one out as the pitcher throws her out Gutierrez Urban. And so that will do it for us in the bottom of the second. Excuse me. We will replay the home run. Collier, that shot over the left center field wall is the difference in this one, as the Falcons are up 4-1 after 2 innings of play. San Jose due up will be Amber Human, Haley Landrum, and Keely Spencer when we come back. Have spotted 3 runs for Brianna Schlottman in the pitcher circle, as now she gets to face the bottom of the lineup for the Jaguars 8-9-1. How important is it for Schlottman to take advantage of some of these lower lineup hitters?
I mean, typically when you're in the bottom part of the lineup, you're not the strongest hitters on the team, so it's better to try to pitch to them, keep your pitch count low.
Yeah, you don't want to give up a rally here. That's how the Jaguars can get back in this one, as that one is into right field. Castaneda laid out for that one, but could not get there.
Yeah, and I expect the bottom hitters to be more aggressive than they have been so far in the game. Like you said, they're down by 3, 4-1 here in the third, but there's still a lot of more innings to play.
Yeah, and if those bottom lineup hitters get on, now you have the top of the lineup hitters with runners on base. And so those productive hitters that are at the top of the lineup can now produce runs.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're just trying to get on and move the train and get the 1, 2, 3 hitters on.
So 0-1 count to Amber Human, the second baseman from Brianna Schlottman. Let's get a good look at her. That pitch in the dirt evens the count 1-1. Now Human's size defensively played a factor, as she got a high throw over on that bunt from, I believe it was Schlottman offensively that allowed runners at the corners, as Schlottman hits that outside corner yet again, 1-2.
Yeah, I love seeing Schlottman show her emotion up there and show her excitement when she gets those called strikes.
1-2 pitch. That one lifted into the infield. Ortega is underneath it for out number 1. So Haley Landrum, left fielder,
number 33,
number 9 hole hitter for the
Haley
Jaguars.
Landrum.
Digs into the batter's box.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, coming into the game, San Jose's hitting .349 with 13 home runs. So they're definitely a power hitting kind of team. So it's so far so good for Brianna to shut their bats down in a sense.
That one's jammed. Collier, another pop-up to the infield for out number 2. That's got to be a good sign, too, of missing barrels and just jamming hitters to get those little pop-ups to the infield.
Up to bat, number 12, Keelan Spencer.
So back to the top of the lineup with Keelan Spencer. She led off the game with a single. She was eventually thrown out on the base pass on a fielder's choice. But she got things going for the Jaguars in the top of the first. And that bunt is right back to Selden. She makes a diving throw, not in time, though. That just shows the speed of Spencer on the base paths.
Yeah, that was just a great play by Selden, to have the pitcher and first baseman coming and attack on that pitch
Number
and then
4,
still make the play.
Lily Resendez.
In that scenario, was that a good play from the catcher, or would you have let maybe someone else take that?
Yeah, that was definitely a good play by the catcher because everybody else momentum is coming in and hers is going out, and she was able to make that throw from her knees.
And it looked like there's a little English, too, as the ball is sort of rolling back towards the catcher as well.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good read by Selden. She tried to lay out to put everything into that throw, but just better play from Spencer with her speed, reaching for the second time as Resendez fouls that first pitch off, 0-1. She reached on a fielder's choice and came around to score the lone run for the Jaguars.
You know, at the end of the day, speed kills and small ball kills too.
Next pitch, low.
So I wouldn't be surprised with 2 outs, I would be surprised to see a bunt. But later on in the game, if they do get the lead runner on, maybe bunt them over and play that small ball kind of thing.
So even count 1-1, 2 outs. That one's slapped to the third base side and foul. So Resendez using that slap technique to use her speed.
Yeah, Vavrica and Kimball were playing a little in.
Yeah, I think they're respecting the speed of Resendez to potentially drop down a bunt. But with 2 strikes and 2 outs, maybe they play a little bit more even with the bag. But no, they're still playing fairly in.
Yeah, and there's a huge hole up the middle, too.
So 1-2, 2 out, runner at first. Schlottman with the pitch. That one popped up to the infield yet again. Collier calls everyone off for out number 3. So 3 pop-ups in this top of the third do it for the Jaguars offense. 1 runner is stranded as we head to the bottom of the third with Molly Schnurr, Elena Selden, and Alexa Vavrica due up.
Hi, I'm Brianna Schlottman, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Bottom of the third, 2-3-4 duo for the Falcons. So heart of the lineup as Molly Schnurr in her second at bat. She singled on a bunt in her first plate appearance. She actually got thrown out at first, but that allowed Ortega to score the first run of the ball game for the Falcons.
Turn my headphones down. Turn my headphones down. Doing too much. You gotta relax.
So Gutierrez Urban looking to get her first scoreless inning under her belt as that one misses low, 1-0. San Jose playing even with the bags over at the corners, respecting the speed of Schnurr. That one lifted, foul, but first baseman cannot make a play. As Quesada, it was close, but looked like it hit the opposing dugout. So even count 1-1. Falcons lead 4-1 on the 3-run home run from Taya Collier last half inning for the Falcons offense.
Yeah, and it was funny because we were talking about how they only had 5 home runs at the time compared to San Jose's 13.
And that one looped into left field just past the diving Spencer for a leadoff single. So 3 half innings of offense, 3 leadoff base runners for the Falcons. That's definitely a recipe for success.
Yeah. Riri Seldon.
Yeah, both leadoff runners that reached in the first and second both came around to score. So let's see if Solano can continue that trend as Elena Seldon, number 3 hitter, she flew out to center field in her first at-bat, 0 for 1. That one lifted foul. There you get a look at Greg Poff's shot on the main camera of that floater in foul territory.
Jared, not only do you hit for average and for power, your on base is steadily increasing. You're also sneaky fast too. Do you take that to heart? Like, you like how you become a little bit faster, especially for a catchers who aren't really known to have speed?
Yeah, a lot of my teammates like to joke around and call me slow. So I like to take a little pride in my speed.
You gonna steal some more bags before that season ends?
Yeah, I will.
Where's your speed range, would you say? Like, who on the team can you beat, who can't you beat?
Ooh.
Can you beat Nate Gutierrez?
Yeah.
What about Krebs?
Yeah.
Cody?
Yep.
Can you beat Isaiah Verrett and Roberto Diaz?
Yep.
That is going to be a double play. So Seldon grabs into the 4-6-3 double play. So wipe out that base runner.
Last one. Can you beat Coach Robbie Rogers?
Number 7.
Yeah.
You can beat.
Yeah, I can beat Coach Robbie.
Missy E.
Hey, Coach. He said he can beat you in a race. Just wanted to let you know, Jared. Just a race. He said he can beat you. Just putting it out there.
Coach Robbie said he hoped he could beat him in a foot race.
That's actually true. If he can't.
As the first pitch to Vavrica is low, 1-0.
Is it true, though, he can beat Roberto Diaz and Isaiah Verrett? Cody Gregory?
Oh.
That's a good battle.
Kyle Krebs?
I think Krebs has got him.
Ooh, it's a little spicy in here.
Hey, I'm finna come to y'all practice.
That one misses 2-0. Yeah, we've been talking about races on our broadcast since the beginning of the year with our producer, Anthony Williams. He wants to challenge RJ Johnson from the basketball team to a race.
He says he can beat RJ Johnson. That's just a lie.
She's going to smoke you, Anthony, if that ever happens.
No, because RJ has better things to do than beat Anthony by like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and give a congratulations to RJ Johnson, Lizzie Rourke, Leon Williams, I believe it was Jade Horder, Alana Sibley's, and Eliza Rawlings, who all committed to their next 4-year institutions on signing day. I believe that was either yesterday or the day before.
It was 2 days ago, yeah.
2 days ago. So congratulations to those Falcon athletes. That one is lifted foul. Back behind us.
That's why I flinch whenever... Oh, Jared, that happened with you once. You were at bat and you fouled it off, and I flinched. I just wanted to let you know.
She does that a lot. To be fair.
I do.
I don't blame you.
Thank you. I get a lot of heat from everyone.
There's a great invention called a net. It's really good for
Jared, do you flinch even though you have a mask sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
Thank
well, he's
you.
right there.
It doesn't matter.
There's not a net between him and the... Okay. All right, regardless, the bottom of the third is done. Solano held scoreless for the first time. They lead 4-1 as we head to the top of the fourth.
Hi, my name's Taya Collier. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Next up to bat.
3-4-5 due up in this top of the
Natasha
fourth inning.
Sakdiva.
So hard to line up for the Jaguars as Natasha Sakdiva, the starting catcher for the Jaguars, will be leading off. She singled her first at bat, so she is 1 for 1. As the Falcons lead by 3 here in the top of the fourth inning. So 4 whole innings left to play. First pitch misses low in the dirt. Ball 1.
Jared, what goes through your mind when you put down a sign and your pitcher shakes you off, and then he shakes you off again and again and again?
Normally they'll just shake me off like once or twice, and then I'm fine with it. Because if they get the out, then they're pretty confident with the pitch. And then if they give up a hit or a home run, it's like, you should have listened. Like,
do you ever say that? You should have listened to me.
Nah. Maybe like at the practice later, but
when temper is cooled, yeah.
I don't think that's very good for team chemistry to just rag on them in the middle of the play.
A lot of people do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, another question, because when I played softball, I mean, I played the bench, so I didn't really play. But I never really got to hear the catchers, like, talk crap in a sense. Are you a crap talker? When you're in the squad and there's someone...
If my friends come up to bat on the other team, yeah.
What's the best line of trash talk you've heard from either an opposing player to an umpire to yourself? Is there like a memorable line that you can that's PG enough to say over the air?
When we were playing LMC recently, I have a new glove, so the ball was popping out, and they were yelling ejecto, and it was just making me so mad because like I was trying so hard to just catch it perfectly, and it just kept popping out.
Oh, so you didn't break in your glove yet?
It's getting there.
Stephanie Troja, designated player now in the batter's box for San Jose, looks at a pitch for a ball as Schlottman struck out Sakdiva for her second strikeout on the game. And that's not something you see a lot from the Solano pitching staff. Not a ton of strikeouts, more of a pitch to contact type of squad. That one outside corner, 1-1. Schlottman's done a great job of staying ahead of these Jaguar hitters, not falling behind in those 2-0, 3-1 favorable hitters counts. 1-1, swung on and missed. Powerful swing from Troja. She was looking for her 9th home run on that swing.
9 home runs. Wow, she has you beat, Jared.
I know.
But you finally caught up to Nate, right?
I just passed Nate yesterday.
Okay,
Ooh,
there you go.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And then Roberto's creeping up too.
Yeah.
2-2 to Troja.
Is there some type of friendly competition right now between you and Nate?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. We haven't really said anything about it, but I know.
But it's known, it's there.
And it just benefits the team, right? Because if one of you's hitting home run, both of you are hitting home runs.
Yeah.
Got to be good for your offenses. That one misses low, 3-2. So full count, 1 out to Troja. On deck is Maddie Carlson, third baseman. Let's get a good look at Troja in the batter's box. Facing the full count. What do you expect here, full count, 1 out? Think a fastball or
probably.
Try to challenge here, and that one is swung onto the outfield deep. Schnurr looks like she's underneath it. She makes a play right at the warning track for out number 2. So Schnurr makes a nice grab over in center for out number 2. That brings up Maddie Carlson. She popped up to Taya Collier, her first at bat.
Carlson. See, even a dog juice. Let's get it.
So Schlottman has yet to really face a stressful inning. The most batters she's faced in an inning is 4. She's looking for another 1-2-3 inning here with Carlson as she pops that one up. Vavrica looks like she's underneath it, and she drops it.
See, I need to stop talking.
So E5 allows Carlson to reach base.
Next up to bat.
In that situation, it did go to the the third baseman. But Jared, for you, if it's popped up right in front of you, you have a lot of elements to battle with. Taking your mask off, and then the sky, whether it's cloudy or sunny. Like, how does that? What goes through your mind when that's happening in that 2 seconds?
Well, when I'm catching catcher pop-ups are the hardest to catch because you turn around, have to find the ball, take your mask off, throw your mask away so that you don't step on it, and then you have to place yourself perfectly to where because sometimes the ball will just go over your head, and you just look.
Swung on and missed by Quesada.
You had a Joe Maurer play last game we covered. You went, it was a pop-up, and you just dove, and yeah, it was a really good play.
What's more frustrating, those pop-ups or when the ball's at your feet and you don't realize it and you're searching all around?
That one's...
It's more embarrassing too, right?
And you're just running around in circles.
Misses outside for a ball 1-1.
It's so funny because when I used to watch, back in the day when I started watching baseball, I used to get so frustrated when Posey wouldn't know where the ball was, or Yadier Molina, but then I'm not them. And then playing the game, I was like, okay, I get why now.
It's easy to criticize from the stands, as that one swung on and missed. 1-2.
Everyone thinks you could put the jersey on and grab a bat.
Yeah, right. That's why it's safer in the broadcaster booth. Just say what you want. Seem like an expert.
I know, Chris isn't here to talk about his Yankees. It feels kind of weird.
I know, they finally got over 500.
Oh, your Red Sox? Congrats on yesterday.
I know, 16-2. That one is in there for strike 3. Quesada down on strikes for the second time as Schlottman, strong pitching performance with 4 innings under her belt, only 1 run given up. As we head to the bottom of the 4th with Courtney McGraw, Brianna Schlottman, and Taya Collier.
Hi, my name is Jamie Batto. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Bottom of the 4th with left fielder Courtney McGraw stepping in. She singled her first at-bat to left field and came around to score on the Taya Collier 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Bunt from McGraw back to Gutierrez Urban. Throw in time, though. Great play from the pitcher.
Yeah, it was a great play, and it was a good thought to bunt on the first pitch. I don't think they were really expecting that because McGraw did single in her previous at-bat.
And Schlottman, she singled as well on a bunt. So helping herself out offensively. You see that a lot more in softball with their pitchers hitting for themselves. Is that breaking ball misses? 1-0. That's the interesting part of a designated player versus a DH, where the designated player bats for somebody, but you can still have the flex position defensively. Like the Falcons have Leah Kimball at first in the flex, but Schlottman can still bat for herself, but you still have that designated player to hit for Kimball as well. So 2-0 count. That one hit well into the gap. That's going to drop down in front of Resendez. Hard turn from Schlottman over at first, but she will settle in with a 1-out single.
Yeah, for a second I thought she was going to try to take 2, but good heads-up play to go back to first.
Bodie Water Collier.
Yeah, it wasn't like that Ortega hit where it rolled all the way to the wall. It just sort of died down once it hit the grass. So wise play from Schlottman to hold up at first.
Yeah,
so,
Lily in center got to the ball quickly, too.
Yeah, and now Taya Collier, who has a big hit in this game with a 3-run home run. 1 for 1. That one misses low. You got to believe that Gutierrez Urban's going to pitch her very carefully. Do you notice, Jared, when you hit a home run, the next time you're up at bat, they get less aggressive with you?
Yeah, you start to see more off speed and pitches that you don't really want to hit.
So that one outside to Collier, 2-0. So Gutierrez being very careful here with Collier.
Have you mastered your trot yet? Are you trying to change it up, or are you just going to just jog and call it a day?
Just jog and call it a day.
No one flap down, nothing fancy, no.
Nah.
You want a bat flip?
Bat flip.
Bat flip, yeah.
Are you team bat flip, Brian?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, 100%. Who has the best bat flip? I'm trying to think.
I mean, Joey Bats made it, like.
Oh, my gosh, you're right.
And he got signed now
to
with
the Braves. Yeah. So it took him too long, though, I feel like. I don't know why it took in the middle, not the middle of the season, but the middle of April for him to sign.
I mean, he's like 37.
But he proved last year that he can at least get a 1-year deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised he didn't get like a DH spot maybe with somebody. But to actually move over back to third where he played with the Pirates back in, gosh, the early 2000s. Is that one in there for a strike, 2-2.
Yeah, it's crazy with the off season how Moustakas really wanted. Well, he really wanted to leave Kansas, let's be honest, and then he got a 1-year deal, and then Carlos Gonzalez, wanted to leave Colorado, and he went back anyway for a year.
Yeah, and that sort of agents can steer you wrong sometimes because I believe Moustakas has Scott Boras as an agent, and Boras was kind of talking up that you're going to get this major money as Collier pops out to first base, but sometimes your agent kind of steers you wrong. They're looking out for their cut of that big deal, and if they can't get it, then you're kind of left with limited options.
Yeah, steer away from Scott Boras, Jared, when you get up there.
Who's your favorite team, Jared? Like
the Yankees.
Oh my gosh. Is that why you were quiet when we were talking about the Yankees?
Yeah, I was going to say something.
Oh my goodness. Were you always a Yankees fan, or were you a bandwagon?
No, I've always been a Yankees fan.
I don't mind the Yankees. I love CeCe. I love Didi. I love Judge and Stanton too, but just Chris makes it hard for me to like them.
I have many other reasons why I don't like the Yankees.
Well, you're a Red Sox fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think the O's are going to win the division. I'm just going to keep it funky real quick.
Whoa.
Just saying. Adam Jones is probably going to win MVP.
No, Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, but that's the National League.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
How do you say his name? I forget.
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani's going to win MVP, Rookie of the Year, Cy Young.
Everything.
Everything. I'm actually about to buy his jersey, which makes it official that he's on my list. Yep, if I buy your jersey, it's real.
That is 2-0 to Jamie Batto, with Schlottman over at first with 2 out. Bottom of the 4th inning, Falcons lead 4-1. On deck is Alyssa Castaneda. Gutierrez Urban looking for her 2nd consecutive scoreless inning as that one misses 3-0.
Jared, is there a specific catcher or player that you kind of emulate your game, whether it's hitting or defensively?
I really like Brian McCann for the Astros. I just try to be like him because I see like we have the same kind of traits. He's a lefty hitter, catcher, and yeah.
So Battle walks on 4 pitches. So a 2-out rally for the Falcons with the runner in scoring position now, and Schlottman brings up Alyssa Castaneda, who popped out to Landrum over in left field on her first at-bat.
Castaneda.
Batting left just came natural to you, or were you righty then transferred to left, or were you a switch?
I think I've always been a lefty.
Did you ever try to be a switch, or have you ever?
I've tried to be a switch, and then I just kept getting too frustrated.
First pitch in there on the outside corner, strike 1.
Oh, I think a player comp we gave you early this season, or maybe it was last season, was Kyle Schwarber. But he bats right, doesn't he?
No, he's
left,
left,
right?
left.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
Thanks.
That one right back up the middle by Castaneda, but Resendez was playing in. So she basically charges in to second base to keep the runners close. So that will load the bases for the Falcons. Back to the top of the lineup with Santiago Ortega.
Ortega,
who was 1 for 2 with a double and run scored. She also grounded out.
Yeah, 2 outs here, but the bases are still loaded, and any mistake pitch can be costly for San Jose.
So bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch, outside corner for strike 1. So with the bases loaded, 2 outs, what do you expect for the approach for Ortega to be, Jared?
Just to see a pitch that she wants to hit and just be aggressive and just hit it as hard as she can. Try to make the defense either make an error or get a ball in the gap and let everyone score.
And Gutierrez Urban looks to be pitching away to Ortega. She saw what she did with the inside pitch in the first at-bat when she hit that double all the way to the wall. So we'll see if Gutierrez Urban tries to stay away, as 1-1 is the count again, away 2-1.
Yeah, since they have the lead, 4-1, it's okay to be aggressive here. Because if it were tied, or if they were down, then it would be different kind of ball game, different mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. Be a little bit more cautious, but when you have a 3-run cushion, you definitely want to add to it here, as that pitch misses high, 3-1. So Ortega's height there benefits her. Not the tallest of hitters. So great hitters count, 3-1, 2 out, bases loaded. On deck is Molly Schnurr, the center fielder.
What do you guys expect here?
Probably fastball challenge. And that one misses. So she gets an RBI for free as Ortega walks. Schlottman comes to score for the 5th run for the Falcons.
That must be frustrating on all sides right now for San Jose. You have 2 outs. You don't want to walk in a run.
And so that will bring a meeting with the manager for San Jose, as only 2 pitchers on the roster have pitching stats. It's Gutierrez Urban and the designated player for San Jose, Troja. So gotta believe that Gutierrez Urban's gonna get a lot of opportunities to stay in this game. So while they discuss, let's recap the game so far, as San Jose jumped up to a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first on a crazy play with Troja grounding out, but Resendez was able to score on that play. Solano answered with a run of their own in the bottom of the first, with Ortega scoring on a throw over to pick off Molly Schnurr. And then Taya Collier hit a 3-run home run. And in this one, Ortega walked with the bases loaded. So that is how we have come to a 5-1 score, with Molly Schnurr 2 for 2, 2 singles, 1 of the bunt variety. And so Schnurr looking to get a hit here with 2 outs, score some runs. A lot of speed on the base paths with Ortega at first and Castaneda at second. That one in there for a strike. Gotta believe it's a similar scenario for Schnurr, mindset-wise.
All right, definitely.
That one hit foul. A lot different count as Gutierrez Urban jumps ahead 0-2.
With the meeting in the circle, Jared, do you think that was more kind of calm your pitcher down, or is it like going over signs?
Just to calm them down, just because nobody likes to walk or run in, so just to let them go out there, clear your head.
That one just misses on the outside corner, 1-2.
And like you said, Brian, there's only 2 people with pitching stats, and it is a doubleheader, so no one's going to be warmed up in the bullpen, so this is going to be her game.
That one is chopped to the second base side. They're going to go the short way over at second. Gets the out number 3, but the Falcons score 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. They increase their lead to 5-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. top of the 5th inning. Jared Denton getting in the softball spirit, changing out his baseball hat for a softball visor. As the bottom of the lineup due up for the San Jose Jaguars, 7-8-9 with Mia Nowak, the right fielder, stepping into the batter's box.
Have you had your baseball hat for a while?
Yeah.
Are you superstitious like that?
No, I go through hats a lot.
So Nowak about to get the first pitch from Schlottman here in the top of the 5th. Outside corner, strike 1. That's a phrase I've said a lot this game so far. Schlottman's done an excellent job of jumping ahead 0-1. Is that kind of a signal to you, Jared, that she's kind of feeling like her stuff?
She looks like she's relaxed, having fun out there, dancing in between innings.
Yeah, that looseness really helps Schlottman. That's really her identity as a pitcher, to stay loose. She's not going to get herself overwhelmed with any sort of stress.
It helps your teammates stay loose, too.
Yeah, that last pitch was called a ball, but that was a pretty good pitch. Do you get frustrated when umpires, quote-unquote, miss a call?
Absolutely.
Do you keep your composure, or do you let it be known?
Sometimes I let it be known. It depends on the call and the umpire.
And the situation, too, where runners on.
Yeah.
You get a questionable call, definitely a little bit more heightened of a stress that it puts on you. 1-2 to Nowak. Schlottman with the pitch, swing and a miss. So Schlottman sets down Nowak swinging. That's her 4th strikeout.
Next up to bat, number 24, Amber Human.
Amber Human. She popped up to 4th, to the second baseman, not 4th. P4 in my scorebook.
I'm not having a good day when it comes to scorekeeping. I'm just all over the place.
Apparently, we're not good at speaking right now either, as that one fell back 0-1.
It's Friday. That's my excuse.
It's a certain Friday as well.
Yeah, it's Friday morning.
Yeah. Exactly. It's softball Friday. Of course. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. It's sophomore night. There we go.
Yeah.
Special Friday.
Special Friday.
As an 0-1 count to Human, Schlottman with the pitch. That one misses high. Appropriate for this day. Oh, can I, am I allowed to say it? No.
Can you stop? Because I'm the pun master.
You keep saying that, but...
I make good puns. One time, a ball was hit to Aaron Corral, and I said he corralled it.
That's a good one.
Dealing with the thumbs down there.
No, one time you guys were playing the Beavers. I forget what team it was, and then they were like scoring or whatever, and I said the Beavers are chipping away. That's
not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Thanks, guys.
Can you do something with Jaguars?
Huh?
Can you do something with Jaguars?
Yeah, their Jaguars are scratching away. They're
clawing. There you go.
Scratching and clawing are the same thing.
Dylan and I doing good on the,
Who's Dylan? I've never heard of him.
He's the PA announcer, doing a great job here to our left.
Great is an overstatement, but I guess.
He's our, half commentator because of his voice. Could probably get picked up on these mics. As that one misses, full count now to Human.
Yeah, Dylan doesn't know what indoor voice is. He doesn't know what that means.
Inside.
Indoor, inside.
I wasn't raised that way.
Yeah.
And I guess Mac has something to say too. There's a lot of tension in here.
Yeah, his inside voice just has more things to echo off of. As that one is lifted into the left center field gap. That one's going to get down. So Human circles first base and is going to settle at second with the 1-out double.
Yeah, that's what the outfielders. That was just a good hit. And good for her to be aggressive. And although you're down, just if it's a double, take it.
Yeah, and we talked about bottom of the lineup production there, the 8-hole hitter. She gets an extra base hit. That's going to bring out head coach Nikki Gentile, talk to Schlottman and the infield defense. So this is the first meeting from the Solano side of things. We've seen a couple from San Jose in this game so far.
Yeah, I know some players or pitchers specifically, they don't like to have the meetings, whether it's catcher or the coach or the infield. But Brianna doesn't mind because she's like a a great team player, and she loves hearing everyone's like opinions and thoughts of the situation, and she likes to keep it loose. And hopefully after we get to see, well, she didn't do it today, but she usually has her little handshakes that she does with every infielder.
Yeah, she briefly did it with Selden, I believe, as they broke that meeting at the circle. So runner at second, 1 out. Haley Landrum, the left fielder, she popped up to Collier. So first pitch from Schlottman. Inside, misses maybe high as well. 1-0. 1 out, runner at second and Human. It sounds like Donald Trump's trying to say human. Human. One and no count. Schlottman with the pitch, misses outside. Looked like a slider that got away from her a little bit.
I was watching MLB Tonight a couple days ago, and Harold Reynolds was doing a lot of puns. So I think I'm going to study him and get some, you know.
I think you should study me, honestly.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree.
Yeah, there you go, Jared.
Okay. I see how things are. It's like Chris is here all over again.
But he's objective, you know? This is our first broadcast, you know? So
no, remember with the foul ball, he like attacked me that one game. He hit the foul ball and almost hit me.
I don't know.
I mean, granted, there was like a fence in front of me, but still.
2-1 count to Landrum. That one misses low. 3-1. So Schlottman doesn't want to put Landrum on here because Keelan Spencer on deck is 2 for 2 against her.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Brianna go behind the count 3-1 throughout this game.
3-1 pitch. That one lifted high. Breaking in is the left fielder, McGraw. She puts it away for out number 2.
Yeah, good job for coming back on that. Like I said, she was down 3-1, and then next pitch, she pops it up to left fielder.
Number 12, Keelan Spencer.
Keelan Spencer, as I mentioned, 2 for 2 out of the leadoff spot. It's been stranded at first for her last plate appearance. Here looking to be a run producer out of the top of the lineup. Schlottman with the first pitch. Swung on foul, almost hit her coach. Do you ever feel bad when that happens in the batter's box with you?
Nah.
I think we talked to the person who's over in your direction when you hit foul balls.
It's crazy to me how close the third baseman is. Like, even after her hitting something that hard to the outside.
Yeah, I'll tell you a horror story. My first broadcast of softball was the state tournament was held here, and there was a girl from Sierra who was playing in at third. In the first inning, a liner smacked her right in the face, and she was down. She started bleeding. It was a sight.
And the dimensions on the softball field are 100% different than the baseball field, so you have to play the game, like the defense and the game a little bit differently, but it's still scary when you see someone play that in. Yeah,
that's why you see a lot of softball players wear those masks defensively, just because the dimensions are so much smaller that reaction times, you have to be so quick in order to pick up the ball. That one swung on and missed. Spencer struck out swinging. So 5 strikeouts for Schlottman in 5 innings of work. 1 runner is stranded at second. So we will head to the bottom of the 5th with the Falcons leading 5-1.
Hi, I'm Nikki Gentile, head coach of Solano College. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
3-4-5 duo for the Falcons with Selden, Vavrika, and McGraw. Selden, surprisingly, with this 5-1 lead, has yet to really get things going offensively. 0 for 2 with a flyout and ground out to a double play. As she looks at a first pitch ball, 1-0.
Yeah, Selden, like we talked about, being the best player on the team respectively, but thankfully her team has picked her up since then.
It's got to be a good sign when your entire offense is clicking and your best player has yet to get things going. As she looks at a strike there, 1-1.
Yeah, I'm especially impressed, though, with Brianna Schultman, though, with her keeping her composure, even when it was 1-0 and then tied 1-1 and now 5-1, just being aggressive in the circle.
The off-speed pitch hit off the end of the bat from Selden. Kind of cued foul, 1-2. And you see some funky off-speed pitches with softball, really slow, almost like ephus-looking pitches. And then, of course, rise balls. That's something you don't see in baseball where the ball's rising on you. That one swung on and missed. Selden set down for the 3rd time. So Gutierrez Urban has done a great job against Solano's best hitter.
Up to the plate, number 7.
Because it just goes against gravity to raise your hands mid-swing. So those rise balls, definitely a tough one as Alexa Vavrika, she's flown out twice.
Did you guys ever see that documentary on Netflix, Fastball or something like that?
Yeah.
That one's hit to center for out 2.
I haven't seen it yet. Still on my list, like 10 years later. But didn't Justin Verlander say something that he doesn't believe in?
Number
he said
18.
something he doesn't believe in, like a rising fastball or something like that.
They
were talking, I think, about Bob Gibson and one of his specific pitches and how I don't know. I'm gonna have to look back into it.
Physically possible to rise the ball with an overhand delivery unless you put like an insane spin on it. Like, yeah, it has to have like backspin and your release has to be like super low.
Well, maybe it wasn't that specifically, but I remember my brother showing me a little clip and he's saying he doesn't believe. I forgot what it's called, but he said that he doesn't believe in it. But Bob Gibson was known for it. I don't even know.
That one lifted out to left field for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for Gutierrez Urban. So I was gonna Google the documentary that she's talking about as we head to the top of the 6th with 2-3-4 duo for San Jose and Lily Resendez, Natasha Sachdeva, and Stephanie Troja. Top of the 6th, 2 innings of offense left for the Jaguars to get back in this one, as they've done an excellent job in Brianna Schlottman in the pitcher circle of controlling these Jaguars at bats. I mentioned 18 runs in the first 2 games for the San Jose offense, but here only 1 run as Lily Resendez, who's 0 for 2 with a run scored. She reached on a fielder's choice and she popped out in her 2 at-bats.
Yeah, we saw right there the handshakes that Brianna does with her infielders. Jared, do you have a handshake with your teammates?
Just knuckles.
But baseball players are known for their weird handshakes.
No, not us.
Well, I guess we got 2 series left for them to come up with something.
Yeah.
That one misses high. 1-0. What would you suggest, Solad, on a good handshake for them to do?
I like the Prince Fielder Miguel Cabrera one back in the day where they would just do like whatever and then salt and pepper. Do you remember that back in the day?
I don't.
Oh, maybe I'm lying. I remember it was Prince Fielder, but it probably wasn't Miguel Cabrera.
That one hit into the right center field gap. That's going to get past Schnur all the way to the warning track. Thought about 3 was Resendez, but she's going to settle at second for a leadoff double.
Up to the plate.
And so back-to-back innings and extra base hit being given up by Schlottman after the first 4. She only gave up singles. So maybe this is now the 3rd time around in a batting lineup. They've seen her twice. They could potentially have adjusted to Schlottman as Natasha Sachdeva is in the box. 1 for 2, single strikeout. Jared, when you see a pitcher for the 3rd, 4th time, have you gauged a good timing of that pitcher by then?
Yeah, hopefully by then. But sometimes when they just keep throwing off speed and you're just not ready for it, it'll throw you off.
Yeah, so Schlottman needs to keep these batters off balance the 3rd time around. That one fouled off the fence. 1-1.
You guys actually played on Tuesday against a pitcher who was 10-0 and he had a sub-1 ERA. What was that like, going through the game and still like being frustrated?
I don't know. It was just like every time you'd go up to bat, you were just like, I just want to hit the ball hard, and then.
And you guys were hitting it hard, but for some reason it was just right at the defense.
That seems like how it's been going for us lately.
It's one of those stretches.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tough Marin Ball Club that we're actually going to broadcast tomorrow, their game, so be on the lookout for that broadcast. And then you end the season against Laney, right?
Yeah.
So 2 home games left in the regular season for you guys. As Schlottman throws out Sachdeva for out number 1.
Are you nervous, excited? Like, what are you feeling right now? Or nothing, because it's not really close.
Yeah,
just
number 1.
I don't know, just trying to go out there and just have fun. I mean, it's getting towards the end of the season, and just like make memories with the teammates and stuff. So.
And Stephanie Troja, designated player, she's 0 for 2. Fly out, ground out. She also has an RBI. First pitch misses. 1-0. What's some of the memories so far that you have made that kind of come to the top of your head when you think about your time here at Solano? So specific series, maybe some funny moments.
The walk-off is what I'm thinking about because it happened recent.
Yeah, the walk-off was pretty cool, and just because like the other team, they like to talk a lot.
Yeah,
so,
we noticed how chatty they were.
Yeah, so getting that win like right in front of them and like just being excited was pretty cool.
It's a 1-1 count. That one misses low. Skimmed off the ground. 2-1 count to Troja. How have you feel like you've improved since you've been here? As a hitter, as a defensively?
I feel like I could hit the ball a lot farther now compared to last year, and I feel like my arm strength has gotten better just by playing long toss and working out more.
And your speed.
Yeah, my speed. Can't forget that.
I think before season ends, we have to see you versus everyone you named. I mean, you put it out there, so we're going to have to, record it.
Put it to the test?
Yeah.
I guess so.
That's the, who's the father? LeVar Ball kind of method of talking. You just say something and hope nobody ever, follows up on it. As that one is popped up to Castaneda out and right.
I mean, it's been working for Anthony so far. He's called out everyone on the basketball team, men and women's. He's called out Jared now, saying he can beat him.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony, he's listening on the production side. Can you beat Jared in a race?
Michaela
Just go ahead and whisper that into our headset. I'll tell the folks at home the answer. All right, Anthony thinks he can beat Jared in a race.
Okay, well, that sounds like a lie.
That's an emphatic yes, too. He said that multiple times. So 2 outs, runner at second. So Sendez has been stranded there so far, as Schlottman has gotten 2 consecutive batters out as she misses to Carlson, 1-0. Carlson 0 for 2. She reached on an error her last at bat on a pop-up to Vavrica. That one misses again, 2-0. And I wanted to ask, too, how much interaction do you have with the other athletes at Solano? Like, sometimes I see, like, softball players come out to the baseball field to support. Obviously, today, some baseball players out here to support softball.
I don't think we're, like, as close as, like, others, like, as we should be, I guess. Everybody's practice times are really conflicting in school and all that.
Yeah, especially these two programs where it's the complete opposite, where you're home, they're away, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to match up schedules, as Carlson in there for a strike. 3-1. So actually, it is not Carlson. We have a pinch hitter, Kayla Johnson. She looks at another strike, 3-2.
Full count, 2 outs. I expect Brianna to attack right here with the fastball.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to lose her to a walk here. She does have 2 open bases, though. 3-2, 2 out. Swung on and missed by Johnson for out number 3. So Schlottman gets her 6th strikeout, 6 innings of work, only 1 run given up by Brianna Schlottman. As we head to the bottom of the 6th with 6, 7, 8 with Schlottman, Collier, and Batto due up.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game,
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
it's more than just sports, it's an education.
Bottom of the 6th. That one caught me off guard, of the nickname Snoop Lion instead of the Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, and Mac and Dylan make it up themselves too. So the girls are surprised as well.
That one misses 1-0.
I actually want to see Dylan do that for the baseball team too. Just make up the nicknames. That'd be pretty funny.
What would your nickname be, Jared? What would you want your nickname to be?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dylan, make it up. Usually you guys go by themes though, right? Like right now it's music, and then the other day you had Sandlaw, and then candy. Yeah.
Cereals, you know, keep it light.
So 2-0 to Schlottman. She's reached base twice on 2 singles and scored twice as well. As that one lifted, and it's going to drop right in front of the right fielder. So when you're hot, you're hot. That bloop single puts her at 3 for 3.
Yeah, and I'm very impressed with her pitching and hitting. She's just, like you said, she's helping her own case.
Number 13, Taya Bodywater Collier.
Taya Collier, 1 for 3 with that 3-run home run. It's been really the big difference in this one, as the Falcons have a 4-run lead. So Gutierrez Urban still out there for the Jaguars. First pitch to Collier, taken high and away for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Misses outside. 2-0. So good hitters count from Collier.
Yeah, Gutierrez Urban right now trying to just keep it at where it's at and not let Solano continue to score and put numbers on the board. And essentially just trying to slow down the game. And that's what pitchers can do. They control the pace of the game.
And do you hate it when a pitcher slows things out, Jared?
Yeah, because it messes your timing up and yeah.
Well, hitting, but when you're a catcher and like they tap into the bullpen, is it do you have to get used to it where one pitch is quicker and the other one's slower?
Yeah, it's not much of a change because just like catching bullpens all the time, catching the same person, you just get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
That one chopped to the pitcher. Gutierrez over to second for 1. Collier beats it out over at first, so fielder's choice.
Who do you hate catching because his stuff is like that funky, or it's just like harder to catch basically?
Number 21.
Well, hate's a strong statement.
Jamie.
Whose stuff do you feel the next day the most because of how active you have to be?
You know, I don't know. It kind of depends on the day and the pitcher. Sometimes I'll get 4 balls to hit my form, and then the next day I won't get any.
As Batto looks at that pitch for a ball. 1-0, 1 out. Ever want to catch a knuckleballer?
No.
That was so quick. I want to catch a knuckleballer. When R.A. Dickey was still up, I really wanted to be like, okay, I want to be that catcher. It's kind of cool.
No.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
You don't know where the ball is gonna go or how it's gonna move, so it's 50-50.
And aren't the gloves like 10 times bigger too?
Yeah, they just use first baseman gloves usually, just because you don't want that padding to.
Jeez.
Because it's so hard to catch it flush in the webbing, as that human throw over to first will get Batto on the fielder's choice.
So you don't want to catch a knuckle. What's your favorite pitch to catch then?
Fastball right down the middle.
I love how specific that was, just right down the middle. Have you ever thrown from your knees? I don't think I've seen it this year.
I've done it like in between innings, but I don't feel confident enough to do it.
You don't want to be
in the
too
actual
fancy.
game.
And you're pretty quick too with your transition from the crouch to your feet too. That one misses in the dirt. Castaneda 1-0. How about those snap throws? Was that a part of your game before you got here as well?
Yeah, it's always been just my dad always told me, like, keep runners honest, like, let them know that you're still there, and so, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely an element that I've seen. I've covered Solano baseball for 4 years now, and always the catchers seem to want to keep those runners at first close with Andres Quijada, Ian Acosta, some of the former Falcon catchers.
Yeah, we usually see it with the pitcher, of course, throw down to first, but with the catcher, it's like now they have another person to worry about.
So 2-0 count to Castaneda, misses. 3-0. Runner at second in Taya Collier. Solano would love to get a little bit more insurance here in the bottom of the 6th as they try to wrap this one up in 7. Gutierrez Urban with the pitch. Misses away, so Castaneda walks on 4 pitches.
Do you plan on being a catcher throughout the rest of your career, or do you see yourself maybe transitioning to like first base like we see in the majors?
Yeah, I can see myself playing first base later on, but
right now it's catching.
Yeah, right now it's catching.
You grew up a catcher?
No, I actually played shortstop until 8th grade, and then our catcher got hurt, so my dad put me behind the plate. And then I haven't left since.
As Ortega looks at that pitch for a ball. And when we did media day, too, you did so many positions for us. But we've only used the catcher one.
Yeah, it's kind of like my brother. He's a catcher. They put him as pitcher, and he hates it. But he can't tell his coach he doesn't want to pitch because he can't do that.
It don't want to affect your playing time there. As Ortega looks at a strike 1-1.
Yeah, but one thing I've noticed with Coach Salampa is that he's not, well, for you, like, yeah, you're going to be catching, but for Gutierrez, he'll DH first or pitch, and then Roberto can shortstop, second base, outfield, and then he'll change the lineup too. So I like what he's been doing so far in the season.
Yeah. Versatility is really good, especially when colleges are looking at players for the next level. If the more things you can do for a team, I think the more value you have. So 2-1 count to Ortega. That one fouled off the end of the bat. 2-2.
Yeah, for example, Brianna, I believe she said she played the outfield, but she loved to pitch, but she couldn't tell her coaches, hey, I want to pitch, because whatever your coach puts you in, that's where you're going to play. And then this year they actually made her a pitcher, and she's been ecstatic ever since.
Yeah, and she's pitched very well here. 6 very strong innings with only 1 run given up, in line for the win. As Ortega looks at that pitch low. 3-2. So full count, 2 outs. Runner should be going.
Jared, are you anti-bunting?
Yeah, I don't like. I don't bunt.
I'm team bunts. I love them. I just like seeing the defense caught off guard sometimes with power hitter situations where if it's 2 strikes and then they still bunt and then get on.
Yeah, bunt definitely is a situational thing though. Like, I wouldn't want my 3-4 hitters bunting too much. Like, wow. Like, I mean, I get the team philosophy,
yeah.
But you know, you're taking the bat out of your best players.
But you know where it's like those memes where this is how you bunt, and then you like pull back and swing, and then you don't hit, you don't bunt, you hit dingers.
As Ortega swings and misses at that pitch, so she strikes out. 2 runners stranded for the Falcons here in the bottom of the 6th. They take the 5-1 lead to the top of the 7th with 6, 7, 8 due up. Quesada, Nowak, and Human. The 7th inning as Schlottman looks to complete this game for the Falcons as they lead 5-1 with Quesada, Nowak, and Human due up. Becca Ralston's going to pinch hit for Nowak. So Ralston in for the right fielder. Nowak was 0 for 2. So that's probably why they want to change things up with a bench player. Try to jumpstart this offense here. First pitch from Schlottman inside for a ball.
That was close.
Yeah. I always hate, too, as a play-by-play guy when ump has a very deliberate strike because that little pause, you never know if they're going to call it a ball. So there you get a look at the sophomore first baseman as that pitch misses away. 2-0. So infield playing in at the corners with Vavrica and Kimball. Schlottman with the pitch. Catches the inside corner that time. 2-1. That's pretty close to that first pitch.
Yeah.
So 2-1, Schlottman. That one fouled off by Ralston. 2-2. So 2-2 from Schlottman. That one misses 3 and 2. So full count, nobody out. Ralston would love to get on here to be a table setter in this important last half inning of offense.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you're down 4, you can't do much with your bat. You have to trust your team. As that one lifted high on the foul territory infield. Looked like Vavrica lost it in the sun.
Yeah, those are always tough when they go up in the sun and you just can't see it.
Yeah, there's not a cloud in the sky either. That's usually pretty tricky.
This weather's been tricky too. Rain and then 80 degrees.
Yeah, how do you stay prepared when you never know if like your scheduled game is actually going to be played that day?
You just got to tell yourself you're playing that day. Because if you tell yourself that, oh, we're not playing today, the other team's already going to beat you.
And what's the most amount of games you played in a week this season? Is it 4?
4. Yeah. We actually play 4 next week.
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Is Monday a makeup game from a past year? Napa? Oh.
Yeah.
And there you go. Look at Schlottman and kind of her demeanor out there, very relaxed, as she's still dancing out there. And says something to Schnur out in center. 3-2 pitch. Chopped over to the left side off the glove of Vavrica. And that one is just an unfortunate bounce, as Collier was looking like she was ranging over there to try to make a backhanded play, but it just kind of ticked off the glove of Vavrica.
Yeah.
Number 18, Mia Nowak.
So Mia Nowak. Ralston actually pinch hit for Quesada, so she'll stay in at first should this game continue. So pinch running for Ralston. Gonna get a little bit of speed out there on the base paths. We'll check our roster to see who that is. As you get a look at Nowak in the batter's box. Sun's out, guns out. Apparently with the. So Quesada's actually gonna run for Ralston, who hit for her. You can do that with the special pinch runners. So Nowak, she was one who grounded out and struck out. That one misses 1-0.
Need a ground ball right here. Try to get a double play.
Yeah, so the infield got to communicate and make some strong throws. Yeah, we're not in the point in the game where, had this been in the second or third, maybe this is a sacrifice situation for Nowak, but here with the last half inning, you don't want to give up any outs.
Yeah.
Because Solano would love to trade outs for
right.
They just need 3, as that one was fouled off by Nowak. 1-1. Kimball playing very in over at first. That one hit to the second base side. Good job by Ortega to stay down on that one. 1 to Collier, not in time. Oh, what a play over at second by Ortega.
Yeah, that's what you wanted.
Yeah, just a little bit too much speed from Nowak out of the left-handed batter's box. Her momentum carries her to that first base side, but Ortega did a great job of keeping her glove down. You see that so many times where somebody is rushing to get that double play, they pick their glove up and it scores right under their glove.
Yeah, that was a quick transfer by the shortstop too, and good strong throw, but the runner was pretty fast, so.
Yeah, had she been right-handed, I think they could have gotten her on that one. But that brings up Amber Human, second baseman. She doubled her last at-bat. And that one's hit off the end of the bat, gonna drop down in front of Castaneda. It's gonna, oh, yeah. You hear Jared say too, because that was a heads-up play that Castaneda should have made, because Nowak was heading back to first base.
Yeah.
Next up to bat, number 2, Flexis Garcia.
And so I think Castaneda was just trying to throw it into her cutoff man. So Lexus Garcia freshman out of Wilcox High School, bounding for Haley Landrum. 2 runners on now, 1 out. That one inside, misses, 1-0. So Nowak over at second, Newman at first for the bottom of the lineup. Pinch hitter. Schlotman gets her pitch, 1-0. Misses high, great snag there by Selden. And do you kind of feel that pressure when it's kind of the later innings and a pitch goes high or low to make that extra lunge?
Yeah, especially when there's runners on like second and third in scoring position. You don't want to have that one skip across your glove and then they score on it, because then it gives your pitcher a lower chance to get it out of themselves. So.
And after that high pitch missed and a 2-0 count falling behind the number 9 hole hitter, the pinch hitter Garcia, Coach Nikki Gentile calling a meeting. So the tying run is on deck for the San Jose Jaguars. 2 runners on with Nowak and Newman. Alexis Garcia looking to try to keep this momentum going in the top of the 7th, as Falcons only need 2 more outs to put away this first game of a doubleheader. So Garcia digs into the batter's box, facing a 2-0 count. Expect Schlotman to probably challenge here, 2-0. That one in there, strike 1. And great job of not just throwing that one down the middle of the plate, to really focus on that inside corner. Still a double play would end this game for the Falcons. Swung on and missed by Garcia, 2-2. Yeah, so it looked like that meeting really calmed her down and helped her refocus. So 2 straight strikes after falling behind 2-0, 1 out. So now 2-2 count for Schlotman. And the pitch, swung on and missed by Garcia for out number 3. So Schlotman steadies herself now, only needs 1 more. And there you get a look at the center field camera. It's a little guitar celebration from Schlotman and Schnur. You get a good look from that center field shot as Keelan Sanders steps in, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a strikeout. That one hit right to the left fielder McGraw, and she puts it away for out number 3. So that will do it for the Falcons. They win this game 5-1. Jared, what are some of your final thoughts about today's game, the game 1 between the Falcons and the Jaguars?
Solano came out swinging early and got the bunts down, and just like what Swad was saying earlier, just speed kills.
Yeah, and a rare home run, too, really benefited with Taya Collier, that 3-run shot, providing a lot of cushion for Schlotman. And what an outing there in the pitcher circle.
Great pitching performance.
Yeah, so she gets the win here this afternoon in game 1. That'll do it for us here at the Solano College Sports Network. For Jared Denning, Soad Balazi, my name is Brian Nelson. We're actually going to throw it to Soad Balazi with our interview with our Best Buy player of the game.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Taya Collier, the Best Buy player of the game. Thanks for being here, Taya.
Thank you for having me.
So, Taya, in the bottom of the 2nd inning, down 1-0, you hit a 3-run bomb. Can you tell me what was going through your mind when you were rounding 3rd, heading home?
Excitement, that's all. We were tied 1-1, and that just put us above, help our pitcher out a little bit.
Speaking of your pitcher, Brianna Schlotman, what's it like seeing her being a sophomore, throwing another gem?
Yeah, that was literally like a perfect game. I'm really excited for her and her next adventure, but really sad to see her go.
Yeah, and can you tell me what was the vibe around the dugout today, seeing all your sophomores being honored and recognized today?
We were just hyped. I mean, everyone's excited for everyone. Everyone came ready to play, and I think that's what really motivated us today.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And you guys won 5-1. Thank you for being here, and thank you guys for watching. I'm Swad Balazi. I'll see you guys next time.
You keep telling me to make it, yeah, to the spot where we would stay lit, and finish bottles never wasted, yeah, cause that's where I'm from. I'm feeling like old school mixtape, that's all I need. I'm killing that low